Okay, it's time for part 2 of the student information sheet. If you go to Canvas, oops, it's here, okay, then you're gonna see you have student information sheet, and then underneath it for Thursday, it's this video, okay? Okay, if you click on this, it's gonna give you a clean sheet, not the one that you filled out yesterday. So what you wanna do, if you created this file, like I told you probably should, come in here, go to your world history, student info sheet, click it. And it won't be blank. Mine is blank because I didn't type anything in it, okay? I did mine orally. But click on it and then go to page 2, okay? It's the favorites. Okay, there's rules here too. Yeah? Favorites. These are my favorites. Like to read. Like this is the favorite part to me to read. Move my head up here. There we go. Okay, you may only leave 2 answers blank before you start losing points. Don't leave it blank. If you don't have a favorite, there are things that I don't have favorites of either. Okay, but I'm just gonna put some like, oh, well, I like this. Okay, so that's what you need to do too. You can only leave 2 blank. That's it. Good. Again, I have my paper here, so if I'm off looking to the side, that's why, so I can see what's next. But ready to go? Color. Well, my favorite color, yeah, it's black. And don't give me all that. Black isn't a color, it's a shade. Whatever. I paint and it's a color. When I need a color that's really, really dark, I get black. Yeah. Okay, next, food. I love Mexican food. In fact, just looking at this, I'm like, yummy. Italian is probably a close second to me, but like these, that looks so good to me. Okay, drink. Well, coffee. In fact, I've got my coffee right here. Um, I'll always have coffee in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I'll always have like my big thing, and it's tea. Tea is a close second to coffee. Favorite candy? Well, I don't really have a favorite, I don't think. But I like chocolate. You know what? I forgot to hit the timer. I time these videos. Okay, sorry. Um, just chocolate, man. All of those are yummy to me, which is why I need to lose weight now. So. School subject. Well, duh. History. Um, I didn't go to school to be a teacher. Surprise. Um, I think because I didn't go to school to be a teacher, I think that might be why I'm a little different than most other teachers. I don't know a lot of the educational stuff. I know history and I know how to get historical information to other people. That's what I was trained in. That's my degree is in museum studies. So I really do love history. I really do love sharing these historical stories because some of these stories, you couldn't create a movie for. They're crazy. So they're just fun. And my like specialization in college was the medieval Germany's. It translates to be the Holy Roman Empire. We'll talk about it, okay? But the medieval period, basically 500 to 1500, mostly Europe. But I also really love the Renaissance because it's just kind of an extension of the medieval period, even though like everything's changing. So everything I just said to you right now, you're like, because you don't know what it means. You will. You will. Okay, next is car. I don't care. I just want it to be black. I don't care. I'm so not a car person. I just want it to work and I want it to be black. That's pretty much it. Kind of easy there. Um, movie. I can't really pick. Let me move my head. I actually think I have two slides for movies because I can't really pick. Most of these are older, because like my all-time favorites are old ones. But the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy just blew my mind when I was in college. Seven, I think it came out when I was in high school, actually. It's murders, but it's based on a lot of historical stuff. The Goonies, you all know the Goonies. Everybody loves the Goonies, right? The Crow, the Crow came out, I think I was like in junior high or something, but I didn't see it till I was older, and I was just like, wow, it's amazing. Of course, Nightmare Before Christmas. My like two favorite holidays. Ooh, that's what I should add onto here one day is holiday. Your favorite holiday. My like two favorite holidays are Halloween and Christmas, and this just blends them. It's awesome. And yes, I'm on the bandwagon. I thought Joker was amazing. Sorry. And yeah, I knew I had a second slide. Pretty in Pink is a like 80s movie that is just so nostalgic for me. Basically, she has to choose. Does she want to go out with a rich guy that like she's not like, or does she want to, go out with her best friend who's a little weird? In fact, he's really weird. Um, I would have chosen him, but whatever. But anyway, that's one of like my favorites. Another one along that same line is The Breakfast Club. Kids usually know that one. It's basically all these different kids from different cliques in school, and they're all stuck in detention for a Saturday. It's just how they mesh. Fight Club, I think it came out when I was in college. It's interesting. It's a weird movie. But Fight Club is, I don't even know how you describe Fight Club. I don't even know. It's just crazy. Um, Empire Records, I actually, when I was in college, I worked in a music store. Like we sold CDs and stuff. Empire Records is about a bunch of teenagers who work in a music store. And so much of it was like, oh, yes, because it was like my life at that time. Edward Scissorhands, loved him since I was in like third grade. And then, of course, The Princess Bride, killer movie. So, what's next? What is next? TV show. Man, there aren't really TV shows that I don't miss except American Horror Story. I mean, there's shows I watch, but not like, I don't know, religiously or whatever. I'm just like you guys, and I just look at the Netflix shows and I'm like, oh, this sounds interesting. And I'll watch it, whatever. I do just like y'all. Let's see. Why do I keep getting lost? Oh, video games or phone games. Um, I played video games when I was a kid because like Nintendo, the original, came out when I was a kid. So my favorite of all the games, I mean, of course, Mario's fun and all that, but my favorite were always the Zelda games. I still play those. But I don't really play anything else anymore. Nothing. When a new game comes out, I'm like, "Ooh, let me play it." And I play it and I beat it and then I'm like, "Okay, I'm done." And then I don't care. I don't want to play it again. Um, but I love the Zelda games. On my phone, okay, I'm about to be like such an adult here. I love Design Home, you guys. It is a game where you are designing rooms. It's such an adult game, seriously. You design a room, you put in the couch and the chairs, and you're like, but I love this game. I love it. It's awesome. It's pretty much all I play. All right, what's next? Ooh, music. I was raised in a musical family. You already know I'm a choir kid. My mother sings. In fact, we used to sing duets together, like in front of people, like with an audience when I was younger. Um, my dad can sing, my brother can sing, but he won't admit it. Although he was in choir with me in high school. But one of my earliest memories is sitting on my mom's lap in the rocking chair and us listening to music and her teaching me how to count music. Now, if you're a music person, then this makes sense to you. If you're not, you're like, what? It's okay. But like, she taught me how to count in 4/4, 3/4, 6/8, 12/8, halftime. She taught me. I remember sitting there listening to, like Genesis and old bands like that and being like 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. So like I grew up in a musical family. That being said, music is my language. I don't have a favorite band. I have a lot. And I listen to music all the time. I have music playing right now. You probably can't hear it, but I have music playing right now. This is Fodderhead that's playing right now. But here's the thing: kids are always like, what is that? I don't listen to a lot of mainstream stuff, and I'm okay with that. I mean, there's some bands that I listen to that are mainstream, but for the most part, I'm a little more underground and foreign. I prefer, sorry, a lot of the European bands. So I kind of flow in the rock industrial goth genre more than anything. And my favorites change every other day. This is my favorite right now. Uh, I have listened. This is Nightwish. I have listened to Nightwish since forever. They're what's called symphonic metal. It's not metal like it's not like that. In fact, the lead singer, this is her, she sings with an operatic sound. So you have like the heavy music, but she is sky high soprano. So it's a really cool like dichotomy. It's really cool. They're from Finland. Blue Dango is from Germany, and they're the singers. Bauhaus, oops, let me move my big old head. Bauhaus is from England, and they're older, like 80s and 90s. I mean, Peter Murphy, the lead singer, still does music, but mostly 80s and 90s for Bauhaus stuff. Um, Down here, TC, their full name is Terminal Choice. They are industrial rock. They're not even together anymore, but I love them so much. I can't leave them out. TC is German. Well, no, it's not. I was gonna say most of their stuff is in English, but they're pretty half and half. They're pretty half and half. And yes, I do understand German. Ich spreche Deutsch. I speak German. You'll hear me actually speak it in class whenever I'm using it as an example. So we'll get there. But yeah. Um, Oddly enough, the only American on this page is Clayton Scott. When I first started listening to his music, his band was called Circle of Dust, and it was in the 90s, and it's kind of industrial alternative. And as a high schooler, I was like, whoa, that is crazy different. It's kind of a mix of like rock and rock and electronic music. But today his band is Cell Dweller, and it's still the same type of thing. But honestly, most of you guys have heard his music, you just don't know it. He writes a lot of music for a lot of video games. So a lot of you gamers, you've heard his stuff. You just don't know it. My second music page, because I just can't pick favorites. It's just impossible. The Cure. The Cure is from England, and they're more older-ish, 80s, 90s. They're still around, but yeah. Down here, industrial, they're American, Nine Inch Nails. They were like always my favorite in high school. And I think the music that sticks with you the most is what you do when you're a teenager. I don't know. That's just what I think. So of course, you're gonna hear me a lot listening to my 90s playlists. Like if you come in during tutorials or whatever. Um, that I was an alternative grunge kid in high school. That was me. But of course, in the 80s, when I was a kid, I was raised on hair metal. My family, hair metal. Like hair metal, like bands that people today are like embarrassed to talk about. No, I love them. Poison, Def Leppard, heck yeah. In fact, guess where we're going next summer? We were supposed to go this summer, but it got canceled because of COVID. So it's been rescheduled already for August 20th next year. Just a little concert. Poison, Def Leppard, Joan Jett, Motley Crue. And I'm like, ah! I've seen Motley Crue like 4 times. So this will be my 5th time to see Motley Crue. And I love them. They're like my fave. But I'm honestly more excited to see Def Leppard and Poison because I've never seen them. So anyway, that'll be way fun. And then here is Miss Susie Sue. Her band, she did solo stuff too, and she still does, but her band really in the 80s and early 90s was, and some 70s, was Susie Sue and the Banshees. I just love her. She has the coolest voice ever. And then up here, the Sisters of Mercy. The Sisters of Mercy are mostly 80s and 90s. So yeah, I know that everything I just went over, you're like, yeah, I never heard of any of those. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Okay. Because if we were all the same, we'd all be boring. So that's my music. Where are we? So type of music, band musician, superhero, villain. I'm a Batman girl. I actually used to watch the animated episodes, the animated cartoon, like it's called animated. Wait, what's it called? Batman, the animated series. Whenever I was in high school, I would get home and like turn on Batman, and I hear it every year. Miss Batman's not a real superhero. He doesn't have any powers. Iron Man. Sorry. Iron Man doesn't either. Miss Iron Man has that thing in his chest. So it's not a superpower. So I'm not dissing Iron Man. I like him. But I have always liked Batman ever since I was young. Um, I like the fact that he doesn't have superpowers. I like that. And best villain ever. Like even when I was young, not just jumping on the bandwagon now, but best villain ever was always the Joker because he was always scary to me because he has no real plan. His goal is chaos. That's it. The next one on your list is like, what superpower do you wish you had, or what's your favorite? I think if I had a superpower, I'd want mind reading. Not mind control. I don't want to be able to control people like a bunch of robots, but mind reading. I do want to know what people are thinking. And I got to pause this because someone's at my door. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And I'm back. Okay. So where were we? Sport. Well, if you paid attention in the last video, I'm a soccer girl. um, we go to all the football games. I go to Andrew and Brandon's baseball games. I don't really know what's going on. I was raised with soccer. I played for a little while. My brother played soccer all through high school. We love soccer. So, as you see here, I don't really do a lot of MLS. Sorry. I do European. Sorry. So I can talk to you about, the Champions League and all that kind of stuff. But if it's MLS stuff, I don't know. Although we do go to some of the FC Dallas games. That's what this is. This picture right here is FC Dallas game. But my teams, Germany. It'll always be Germany. And my club team, Bayern. I don't care what you think. I know half of you just went, I don't care. I don't like Ronaldo, so there you go. We actually got to go to a German versus American game. And this is cool because we just happened to be in Germany. We were in Cologne, Germany. It's the city. And they were having a game and I found out and I was like, ah! So I bought us some tickets. This right here, the white team is Germany and the blue team is America. And I have to tell you, this right here, before he retired from the national team, that is Bastian Schweinsteiger. I was so excited to get to see him play. Again, half you're like, what? It's okay. Don't worry about it. I also loved, because we were close enough that, whenever Jerome Boateng, and this is Lucas Podolski right here, we're, warming up, I was like, snap, snap, snap. I was taking all kinds of pictures. So it was just cool. Um, this over here is us, well, me, at a Barcelona game. So we got to see Barca play Roma. Um, so that was kind of fun. And this right here is actually little Foster, me giving him water through a straw, at that Barca game. So Travis loves soccer, so we're starting the kids young. Yeah, it was fun. Um, I guess I did these out of order. Oops. Next is athlete. Well, mine would be Schweinsteiger, although he has retired, but he's like in Chicago now. I don't know now. I mean, I'm on the bandwagon with Thomas Muller. There's a lot of guys I like. Soccer. Place to shop though. I hate shopping. I despise shopping. Um, I hate it. I don't care if it's clothes. I don't care what it is. I hate shopping. So pretty much I let my fingers do the shopping. That's it. Amazon is my friend. In fact, this is terrible. Look, where is it? There. One of my bookmarks. Boom. I hate shopping, Okay. So sorry I got those out of order. Next is vacation spot. Like, where do you like to go? Uh, Europe. My heart is in Europe. You're gonna find that. Um, I I love Europe. Um, these are some pictures that I took when we were there. I've been twice. This right here is Melk Abbey in Austria. I just picked some because I have so many pictures. You'll see a lot of my pictures actually in my lessons because whenever we go, like I take pictures knowing I'm going to use it in class. Does that make sense? So you'll see a lot of my pictures. But this right here is in Austria. This is my most favorite building ever, and I thought I would never get to see it, and I did in 2015. It's the Cologne Cathedral in Cologne, Germany. When I teach you Gothic architecture, I'll actually use this as an example. This right here is another amazing little German town. It's called Rothenburg ob der Tauber. And this right here is like that yellow building is like a really famous building. People always take pictures in front of it. So of course I was like, we have to. Yeah. This right here, let me do this. This is Budapest, Hungary. And I wasn't really excited. I was like, okay. I mean, I'm not going to give up a chance to go to Hungary, but I didn't really care. I loved Budapest so much. It is such a cool city. And what's awesome is you see we're on the river here, but what's awesome is at night, they light up every building on the river. This is the Parliament building, but every building on the river is lit up like this. So it's just awesome. It was so cool. This right here is also in Budapest. This is the Matthias Church. It's another famous church in this area. Here are some more. Sorry. Okay. I loved the Netherlands quite a bit. Look at that architecture in Amsterdam. Isn't that cool? We were on a canal cruise, like it's not a river, but canal, and I just love the architecture. This is me and Dad actually on the canal. See? This, you're going to see pictures of these up close, the windmills, whenever I get to the 1800s and we talk about this stuff. Kinderdijk, I couldn't think of the name of it. It's also in the Netherlands, but it has like 16 of those giant windmills all in that one place. And I didn't know that people actually lived in them. I was like, what? And we got to tour it. So you'll see pictures of mine. It was freezing though, by the way. Can you tell? My favorite place in America to go is New Orleans. Now, I'm not a partier, and I know you don't believe it yet. You will by the end of the year. I'm not a partier. I don't care about all that. I love New Orleans because in the French Quarter, which isn't really French, it's Spanish, but in the French Quarter, it's like a piece of Europe in America. It feels European, but it's not. Both of these pictures, you have a steamship right here. That's my dad and my brother. You have a steamship here, and then, I mean, the architecture, everything feels European. It's just wonderful. And it has these gorgeous cemeteries. These are tombs. And what's beautiful about this is, the bodies are cremated, but then all the urns of the whole family sits in here. So you'll have like generations of one family's ashes in this right here. I just think that's beautiful that like the whole family is buried in the same place. I want to be buried there, but I can't, but that's okay. Like you have to live there and stuff. Darn it. So please shop. Oh, animal. Well, my dogs. I am a dog person, specifically my dogs. But I'm a dog person. Again, I'm really not a cat person. It doesn't mean I hate your cat. I'm just not a cat person. What's next? Oh, social media influencer or YouTuber or whatever. I don't. I'm not dissing the people that you watch. If you watch the beauty people, I want to know. There are people on YouTube I watch. I can't remember his name right now. Simon something. He's a historian. I mean, there's stuff I watch, but I don't have a favorite. I don't really care. Mm. Disney or Pixar character, not Star Wars. You're like, Star Wars is Disney. Disney, Pixar character. The coolest show ever created. I watched it in the 90s when I watched the animated series of Batman. It's Gargoyles. And I am so excited that it's on Disney Plus. I just need some time to actually watch it again. Gargoyles. The best character ever is the leader of the Gargoyles, Goliath. I kind of had a crush on Goliath when I was a kid, but that's okay. It's history. It is. It's awesome. History and literature right in the middle of modern day New York. It's cool. Um, my favorite villain has always been Maleficent, ever since I was a kid, not the movies. If you like the movies, that's awesome. We don't all have to be the same. Um, I don't. That's not Maleficent. Mm-mm. I just thought Maleficent was an awesome villain. Plus, I always thought she was gorgeous. I know she's green. Oh, whatever. Um, plus, she can be a dragon. That's just cool. I want to be a dragon. More modern though. I watched what is this called? Inside Out, and I just fell in love with Joy. I think I fell in love with Joy because I am so not Joy. Um, I do have a little bit of issue. We all do. Everybody has something that they deal with, and I really truly do have anxiety issues. Like I've been tested. I have serotonin issues. It's a chemical, and so I get to take some serotonin type pills to like level me. Um, I saw Inside Out, and it was like that's what happens to me sometimes. My Joy, she just falls out of the control center. And so I just really love Joy. And it sounds stupid to say that a cartoon taught you something profound, but it did. So, anyway. Okay, what's next? Now you can do your Star Wars characters. I like Star Wars. My dad's a Star Wars guy. In fact, he has the original movie poster. Um, I like it. I just don't freak out about it. I guess Yoda's my favorite. I don't really have a favorite. I don't know. I like the little baby Yoda. I know he's not Yoda. He's the child. I know, but he's really cute. I just like Yoda, and I have to say, I remember seeing Yoda fight for the first time in episode whatever. I don't know, 2, 3, 5, whatever. I don't know. And I was just like, what? It was pretty exciting to see him fight, so that was cool. Okay, the next one. You look at that and you go, guilty pleasure? What does she want to know? A guilty pleasure is that thing that you're kind of embarrassed for people to know about you. Um, What is that TV show that you watch that you kind of wish people didn't know? Or what is that song or that video game or whatever that is kind of embarrassing that doesn't really go with like your persona? Well, what's always funny about this is one person's guilty pleasure, the thing that they're kind of embarrassed about, is like someone's favorite. It's funny. So I love AGT, but I feel so stupid for watching it. But I love it. Every, well, now Tuesday, I'll be watching it. In fact, today's Tuesday. I'll be watching it tonight. I'm also a Dr. Phil freak. Uh, I know. You can make fun of me all you want. I don't care. Um, Hoarders blows my mind. I guess because I'm really organized and I don't understand that, but I watch it all the time. And then song. I don't know what it is about Uptown Funk, but I love that stupid song. And I know half of you are like, "What? That's my favorite song." It's okay. I know. It just doesn't really fit with my whatever. But you know, I heard it for the first time actually at a soccer game, and I was like, "Dude, this is awesome!" And every time it comes on, I'm like, "This is so embarrassing," but I have to turn it up so loud, so loud, so loud. So yeah. Okay, those are our favorites. You should have your second page done, right? All right. Come here. What time is it? Where are we at? Oh, we're good. Come here. Contact information, page 3. There are rules for this too. There must be at least one student email entered and one parent email entered. Okay. Student email. I would suggest, sorry, that your primary student email is your STU, your MISD email. Not just me, but that's where people are going to send stuff to. Okay. Use that. Secondary email, if you want to also get information from me at your Yahoo account or Hotmail or whatever you have, okay, put that here for you, student. All right. Sorry. If you don't have a second one or your STU email is fine, leave it blank. But this has to be filled out. Some of you are like, you already emailed me, miss. I know, but I want this stuff on file because if there's ever any kind of crash or something, MISD crash, I have it on paper and I can still contact with you or contact you with my laptop, not my computer at school. Okay. So I want it on paper too. You also have to have something here. Parent email. Again, some of you are like, miss, you already emailed us. Go ahead and put it. Okay. If you don't know your parents' email, text them right now and ask. If you have a secondary parent email or like a second parent that wants emails, that's what this is for. That can be blank. So basically, blank can be secondary student and parent number 2. Okay. Okay, now go back up to this one. Rate your virtual learning and online tech skills. Okay, there's no shame in saying I'm clueless. I don't know. I've used Canvas because I'm AP. So you know what? If they told me tomorrow that I have to go to Google Classroom, I'd be like, clueless, somebody teach me from the beginning because I've never used it. There is no shame in asking. Okay? There is shame in going, oh, I don't want her to know. That's just stupid. I'm a teacher. I'm supposed to teach you. Yeah? Okay, so if you're like, I got lost, honestly, miss, yesterday when you did this, I don't know how to do this. Then put clueless. It's okay. If you got a basic handle on things, but you aren't great, you struggle a little bit. And guys, all you have to do is just delete. Okay. Just delete whichever ones you aren't. If you're good, you're like, I got this, but I wouldn't consider myself, amazing. Just delete everything else. Just leave whichever one is there. If you're like, I'm good, I'm better than good. In fact, I'm helping my friends, but I don't really know how to upload a video to Canvas, then you're great. And if you're an expert, you're like, I can build a computer. Miss, I can do everything you need me to do for you. I might use you for things. Okay. So kind of rate yourself. All right. That just kind of gives me an idea. It doesn't have to be accurate. Just do your best. And then down here, I use the Remind app. Okay. Dang, I took those things off. Hold on. I know. Hi, you see me back here? I am getting the sheet because I don't have it on here. Okay, I use the Remind app. Most of you probably are familiar with the Remind app, but if you are not, the Remind app is an app on your phone. In fact, just go to the store and get it. I'll show you in a minute. But the Remind app is an app on your phone that you can get messages from school. Now, these are short messages. Remind is kind of like the Twitter of all this. If I have something long to send you, I'm not going to send it through Remind. Remind is for like, hey, don't forget quiz tomorrow. Don't forget this is due tomorrow or whatever. If that's what it's like. I mean, that's what it's for. Okay. If you want to get Remind on your phone, it looks like, okay, here we go. I gotta get my camera right. It is this one right here. Oh, everything's backwards to me. It looks like this. Okay. Go to your store and do Remind, and it looks like this. It's blue with a little like text bubble. Okay. The messages will come through Remind, or it'll come through text. Either way. Okay, so if you're like, I can't get texts like that, miss, then get the messages through Remind, the Remind app. Click on it. Hit notifications. Say yes. Tell me when she sends a message. Okay. If you want me to add you to Remind, that is totally fine. I can do it. Okay. All you need to do is kids, students, put your cell phone right here. I have to know which is which because when I enter them, the Remind app asks me, is it a parent or is it a student? So just stick your phone number right here. I'm not going to call you or text you. That's weird. This is just for the Remind app. If your parents want the information, right here. Or if you're like, she's talking to us like we're babies. We know how to do this. If you know how to do it and you want to add yourself, okay, listen, they're going to be different. So AP kids, right now, text at AP Amburn to 81010. Pause this and do that right now. If you're like, I'm confused, then don't do that and just put your phone numbers here. If your phone number is here, it tells me that you want me to add you. If it's not there, it means you already added yourself. Guys, you need to be part of the Remind group, especially with us having this first 4 weeks virtual and especially with hybrid coming, blended, whatever you want to call it. If you're in my EAS class, okay, that's only my 7th period, and you want to add yourself, you are going to text, hold on, here we go. You're going to text EAS Amburn to 81010. Pause this and do it. If you want me to do it, put your phone number there and I'll add you. Okie dokie. Let me check the timer. Ooh, we're good on time. Okay, what I'm going to do, just so you know, yes, I have these, okay, for if there's a crash or something, but I also am going to double check and make sure that I have your emails and stuff right in my contacts, okay? All right, the last part is this last table. Table 4, only the last one is optional before you lose credit. The first 2 are not optional. Based on all of this, what are at least 3 things that you and I have in common? You and I, me. I just did an hour and a half worth from yesterday and today of all of this about me. Okay. What are 3 things that we have in common? It could be anything. It could be movies or music or superpowers or shopping or hair color or family or whatever. And then here, based on all of this, what are at least 3 ways that we contrast, that we are different? That shouldn't be hard because I'm kind of weird. Okay. If your answers no more, and this goes to page 4, no big deal. Who cares? Okay. Don't worry about it. All right. The last question, this is the only one in this table that can be optional. Did you hear me? This is the only one in this table that can be optional. Okay? Okay. Here we go. Is there anything else that I left off of this that you feel is important for me to know? Now, you're like, wait, isn't that what we did yesterday right here? Yeah. But is there something else? Is there anything else that you're like, for me to be successful, I want you to know this? Guys, I'm not asking you to tell me your life story. Um, I don't need to know. But if there are things that you think are pertinent to you, I think it's important to you or for you to know that I do struggle with anxiety. So when I'm like, calming myself down, you know, okay? That's why I told you. Um, is there anything, and it could be no big deal. It really could be I work until 12. It really could be my mom is sick. It doesn't have to be some deep, dark secret. I don't want to know your deep, dark secrets. I want to know if there's anything that you want your teachers to know. I won't share it with them. Okay. Do you understand though if there's anything in here that is like gonna hurt you or someone else? I do have to report it. Okay. That's it, man. We are done. So what do you do now? Well, come up here and hit this little disc or hit file, save, and both of them will save it. Okay. Then you can close it out and you're going to go to Canvas. Go here where it says student info. This is where you got the assignment from. Click, oh, I need to be in student view or you're not going to be able to see what I'm showing you. Let me pause this. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Okay, so this is what you actually see. So come here, student info contact sheet, click it. Okay. The way you upload this stuff, okay? Up here, it'll say submit. Mine says resubmit because I've already done this to make sure it worked, all right? But it says submit, click it. And then scroll down and you'll see this. And you're like, what is all this? Okay. Well, if you want to just copy and paste what you just did, okay, just copy and paste. I closed mine. Let me open it back up. Then you're going to copy and paste the whole thing. Copy. Come in here, click, paste, and it's in there. If you don't want to do it that way, then click right here where it says file upload. And you're going to hit choose file. And then you need to find the file, this file that you made that's called MHS. You're like, how do I do that? Go to desktop. MHS, whatever you called your school file, world history, click it, click student info sheet, and look right here. It's there. Then all you do is hit submit assignment. Once you hit submit, I'm not going to because I've already done it. Once you hit submit, look over here on the right side and it'll say when you submitted it. I submitted mine on August 7th at 7:30 a.m. And then you'll have this resubmit button. Okie dokie. That's it. That's how you're going to submit things. Okie dokie. That's it. We're done. You just got 100. Hopefully, right? If you didn't, go back and fix it. Do everything. Get yourself 100, okay?